Speaking of bad ideas, a bad idea right now is to make a tech channel when the genre is already so oversaturated. But anyway, so what I'm doing today is I build PCs on the side, and I do turn a profit with it. And I've noticed online, mainly due to GPU prices, a lot of people are claiming that going pre-built is oftentimes better and sometimes cheaper than building your own, or like paying a friend to build one because they just can't get a hold of that GPU, or they just don't want to be bothered. So recently I got a pretty good order. It was a $1,200 order for a gaming and streaming PC, and that's a pretty good number. And so I'm going to go to these PC building websites, and the target number is $1,200. I'm gonna build the exact same PC on each and every one of these sites, or as close to it as I can, and we're gonna see what price they give us. This customer for $1,200 got a Core i5-10400F, 6 cores, 12 threads, a Cooler Master i71C, a great cooler for anyone who isn't overclocking, an Asus Prime B560MA. Memory, 16 gigabytes, 2x8, 3200 CL16 is really all you need right now. 3800 CL18, you're looking at single-digit frame increases for much more money. It's not really worth it. Boot drive, 500 gigabyte M.2. It's because we want to boot up fast and get access to those libraries fast, while also having a little bit of space for some open world games. Storage, WD Bluetooth terabyte HDD. It's just a 2 terabyte hard drive. Why? Because mass storage. Games are getting big now. Video card, RX 6600. Why? Because it has the same exact performance as a 3060, but it costs $300 less, because NVIDIA cards are easier to scalp because of the name and because of Ethereum mining. Power supply, I went for an 850 watt 80 plus bronze. I don't know if we're going to find a bronze on some of these websites. The case, I went with a Q300L because it's small and it looks nice and it has a lot of space. Fans, I got 3 fans. And you know, you wouldn't think it, but after looking at some of these websites, it's a pretty big deal. OS, Windows 10, you can get that for $20. Let's see how many websites are charging the $100 price tag for Windows 10. Network, no, it's just a Wi-Fi card. So that is something we're going to put on every one of these builds. Ideally, it is a PCIe Wi-Fi card because they get Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and a faster connection. Things like onboard Wi-Fi are fine. And hopefully we don't run into any exclusive USB Wi-Fi, or worse yet, no Wi-Fi options at all. Let's go into the first website here. I went to this website because it was the one that I clicked on when it was advertised to me on YouTube. That's the whole inspiration behind this video, is I see these advertisements all the time, and I was like, you know what the hell, I'm a PC builder, let's do some price checking, let's see what other people are doing. And it looks like it saved my build from the time I did it yesterday when I clicked on the ad, so we're not going to have to go through too much here. So let's just break this down. First, we're starting with the i5-10400F. That's exactly what I have. $211. Alright, I'm going to direct your attention over here to the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti for $650. Now that's pretty on point for the current market. It's not a scalper price, but it's definitely not MSRP. And what a lot of these websites do is they advertise good GPU prices. And the way they do it is they inflate everything else. That's why this 10400F for $211 is very alarming. A 10400F is a $125 to $150 CPU. It is not $211. They are upmarking it $211 so that they can, one, so that they can increase their profits, and two, so that they can market a extremely low GPU price. Next, 16 gigabytes DDR4 dual channel, $85. I don't know what this is. It doesn't tell me the speed, the brand, anything. But it's $85. DDR4 should be the only one you're buying. DDR5 isn't optimized yet and isn't really any faster than DDR4. So don't buy DDR5 yet. if you're seeing this video years in the future, go ahead and buy DDR5, but really, even if you're on Intel 12th gen, you should be using a DDR4 board. Anyway, back to the subject. 16 gigabyte, there's no speed rating, there's no brand, and the price point you should go for is, for every 16 gigabytes of RAM, you should be looking at $60. So if you're buying 16 gigabytes of RAM, that price should be $60. 85 is $25 more. If you're buying 32 gigabytes of RAM, you should be looking at $120. Next, Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, $35. It's a tower cooler. They didn't have a smaller cooler than this, and honestly, this cooler is fine. At $35, it's only about $10 more than what I put in my customer's machine. There's no issues there on the cooler. $100 case, it's pretty standard. B460 chipset Intel, $124, my god. A B560 is going for $110? This is B460. You can't upgrade to 11th gen on this. I mean, you can with a BIOS update, but you're not gonna get the PCIe Gen 4. So you're stuck with Gen 3 PCIe. That price right there should be about 80 bucks. Windows 10 Home, there it is, the $109. They are charging $100 for a $20 key. Why? Because if you go to the store and you try to buy Windows off the shelf at Best Buy or Walmart, it's gonna be $100. So they're getting these $20 keys, and they are charging $100. Because if you go and shop around for Windows 10, that $100 price tag is what you're going to find. Alright, I could not find a regular 3060 on Build Redux, but I did find a 3060 Ti, which is like a little bit better. $649. That comes across as a pretty fair price for a 3060 Ti, especially a Ti. But the reason that price is so low is because all of these markups down this line, except the cooler. 500 gig NVMe boot drive, that's what I did. 2 terabyte hard drive, that's also what I did. $119. Alright, a 500 gigabyte boot drive costs about 55 to 60 bucks. And a 2 terabyte hard drive is easily 40 to 45 bucks. And so that comes out to about $100. This one's $119. You know, that's a $20 price increase. We got fans for $0. I'll let you know right now, it's not $72 value. You are not saving $72. But these markups in other places are probably why you're getting them for $0. 600 watt ATX 80 plus gold. My god, they just didn't have something better than this or something more reasonable than this. And at $80, my god. Go and Google like EVGA. And with EVGA, you can usually either drop down to bronze and get that wattage at a much lower price, or you'll just be able to up the wattage and pay the same price. It's just a bad deal there. Wireless card, $29. That's close. That's close. A Wi-Fi card costs about $20. And it's PCIe. Kudos to them. Alright. Build plus setup plus testing plus warranty, $75. A $75 build fee? What is all these other markups going to? If you're charging a $75 build fee, why are we overpaying for virtually every single part except for the graphics card and the fans? What's going on here? $1,200 was our goal. And we are looking at, here on Build Redux, we are looking at $1,610. Think about how much that build fee actually is now. Alright, we are getting a 3060 Ti, which is really the only upgrade, but we are seeing a lower amount in some of the other parts. I would say that rounds up kind of. Let's take a look. So that is basically a $700 build fee for Build Redux. We are not off to a good start. Okay. Alright, next up is an old favorite of mine. Honestly, a pretty well-known one. We're going to CLX. CLX is nice because they let you completely build everything from the bottom to the top. We're going for a $1,200 budget and we know markups are going to happen, so let's start with the one that's under $1,200. $749, let's hit that customize button. Tower. It doesn't matter. This one, $5 less. Let's go with that one. Now what I love about this is each and every one of these have an AIO and RGB fans in them, but as soon as you go to the second page, you get black fans. In our build, we went for ARGB fans, so we're going for the ARGB fans. Thankfully, they're no different than single LED fans here. 3, because that's how many I got. We don't see what these are selling for. We only see add and subtract. So we're not gonna know how ripped off we are getting for these fans, but we'll find out. Yeah, I didn't add any lighting, so I'm not gonna put any lighting in. Core components, this is the fun part. All right, where's Core i5? Core i5 10400F, they've got it. It's a really good CPU. Honestly, it's my favorite CPU. If you are on a budget and you're building for the first time, or you have a really old computer and you want to update and you're on a budget, the 10400F and the 10100F are both amazing CPUs. Motherboard, we gotta get a B series. Oh, look at that. They don't have a B560. Again, they only have the B460. Now, I'm not gonna go for the H510, H10 boards, Intel-wise. You cannot overclock the memory. Now, overclocking the memory doesn't mean going above its rated speed. It means putting it at its rated speed. If you use an H10 board on Intel, you will only be able to run your memory at 2666 or 2333. I forget which one they cap out at. It does come with Wi-Fi. All right, so we don't need to buy a Wi-Fi card. That's nice to see. GPU, you know how it is. All right, they do have the RX 6600 for $630. Okay, they're not even like offering a good price. The $630, an RX 6600 right now is selling for $430. So we are looking at a $200 price increase right there. What I find funny is under this graphics card thing, the default, even though I had Intel selected, was onboard Vega 7. Then the 10400F, the F means there's no onboard graphics, so I don't know what they were gonna do there. Would they like email me, contact me? Would they just ship me an unusable product? Guess we'll never know, because I'm not actually gonna buy any of these. 3200 megahertz, that's what we want. Dual channel 16 gigabytes. It looks like that's just the default. All these other ones are increased. And we're not going for anything fancy. I didn't use RGB RAM, so I'm not gonna go out of my way to pick RGB RAM. Again, we don't know the price because they're only showing add and subtract. They're not showing what this costs. Yeah, there's no price tag anywhere here. Next up, power supply. Oh no, their default is a 550 watt power supply. If someone who is just looking for a pre-built came here and they didn't know what they were doing, and they're like, oh man, I don't know what these do, but I don't want to overpay on the power supply, they'd go for this. And this, like any of these GPUs we saw around this GPU page, this 550 is just not going to turn on with that. Alright, I'm going over to modular. 850 BQ EVGA. Alright, that's good. It is... Oh. Well, that's add, though. So that's like $69 more than whatever this 550 is going for. I'm guessing this is probably going for about 40 bucks, which means that they're making a $40 profit by saying add $69. Next up, cables. We don't need sleeved cables. All right, M.2, 500 gigabytes, M.2 from a major brand. Oh, ADATA, Patriot, PNY, SanDisk. Okay, all right, that's fine. They're just getting what they can. And then they like add more if you want a specific brand, it looks like. And it really doesn't matter as long as that DRAM cache is there. Mass storage, we're looking for that 2 terabyte mechanical hard drive. 2 terabyte mechanical hard drive, $67. Okay, it's a bit expensive, especially for a Seagate. Western Digital 128. What in the world? Western Digital is cheaper than Seagate. Why is that? Oh, WD Black. All right, for anyone who's wondering, there is not really a big difference between WD Blue and WD Black. WD Black is basically them slapping gamer on the product and then upcharging for that gamer product. It's basically the same as WD Blue. It doesn't read or write faster. which is usually what gamers care about. Yeah, that's just $60 more for no reason. Network sound, don't need it. Network connectivity, we got a Wi-Fi board. They offer a Wi-Fi card. You can buy a Wi-Fi card for a motherboard that has built-in Wi-Fi. Think about that. What is the cheapest Wi-Fi card they have? 28 bucks? Okay, so maybe a few suckers get scammed every here and there for 8 bucks. I'm not gonna worry about 8 bucks. Here's the HD 60 at 284. So they're making an $84 profit there. Woo! We're not even like done with this. We are halfway through this and we are sitting at 1522. Standard cooling. Well, the only other option is closed loop, and you need liquid cooling. Thermal paste. Look, you can get their expensive deluxe thermal paste for $15. No, let's use the regular. Unless you're using some extreme high end like Grizzly, you're not gonna see a difference. Your cooling mechanism, or cooling solution as they call it, is gonna matter more than which thermal paste you use. Windows 10 Home, again, doesn't show us how much they're charging for it. Oh wow, you can get Google Chrome for $0. Yeah, they're like lifetime labor warranty. Okay. But the parts warranty is only 1 year, so like they're not gonna do labor anyway. So you're basically paying a 1 year parts and labor warranty. The lifetime labor warranty is just like a joke. Accessories and peripherals, we're just building a box here. All right. Oh no. Oh, it does not look good. All right, we're just gonna have to deal with it not looking good. Apex Legends is a pretty good game to benchmark. So let's see. Ooh, 1080p, you're gonna get 140 FPS. I have an RX 580 and I get 145 FPS. That is not correct. They are lowballing you to try to get you to spend more on the core components. Ships by 323. Okay, so when I build PCs for people, I always quote them from the day of payment, 2 weeks at most. And that's because in my experience with some sellers, some parts just don't come for 2 weeks, especially if they're coming internationally. This one isn't even shipping for 2 weeks. So I don't know if they just like order parts as they get orders like I do, but they're like a big business. They should have these parts. So let's run it down. 10400, 500 gigabytes, 3 RGB fans, B460. This warning is also wrong. Maximum memory speed supported by selected motherboard is 2933. So anyway, standard cooling, 6600, joke of a warranty, 850 bronze, Windows 10 Home, you're looking at 1522. I built this exact same PC for 1200 and made $100 profit. These guys are selling it for $1522, so let's see, that's about $520 profit. At least CLX was better than Build Redux, so let's move on to the next one. This next one is really big internet favorite. I see people on forums all the time ask about this. I saw ads all over for light gaming until I started blocking their ads because they were just getting too redundant. I didn't want to see them anymore. They do offer a PC builder though, and they are transparent about their build fee. They're like, if you order a pre-build, it's a $50 build fee. During some holidays they waive it, and if you build your own, it's a $100 build fee. And when I say build your own, I mean you design it yourself and they build it. So let's go make a custom PC. Oh, okay. So there's no like preset. They just throw you right into the fire. That's actually nice for someone who wants to customize their own PC. That's actually good to see. $90, $80 to $90 cases. These are actually pretty fair prices. Let's get it as close to what I made as possible. The Q500L, that was a $55 case. This one's $59. I personally wouldn't get this specific case. It doesn't look very good. Choose a CPU option. Intel, Core i5, 10400F at $207. Remember, again, this is a $125 to $150 CPU. depending on where you shop. They're charging $60 more than that CPU actually costs. So much for a transparent build fee. I don't think we're finding a 560 anytime today, so I guess we're just gonna go for the P460 Pro 4. I actually really like the Pro 4 line. They have solid capacitors, and that saved my ass more than once. $139. Again, this should be 80 bucks. You know what? I'm gonna break out the calculator. And once again, let's figure out how much this build fee actually is. So they have that $100 transparent build fee, plus that extra $60 for that CPU. Looking at $60 there too. Another $60 slipped under the rug. GPU, alright. Discounted price, discounted price, discounted price, discounted price, discounted price, discounted price, discounted price. Discounted price. It looks like they don't have AMD GPU. Wow, look at that. Alright, our stream rating shot through the roof. Oh, but we only have a 90 out of 100 stream rating. Oh no, guys. Our stream's gonna suck. RAM, you know the drill. 16 gigabyte dual channel 3200. $72? Not $72. That is not the speed we want. We want 3200. The cheapest option they have are these RGB red ones for $89. Again, you shouldn't pay more than $60 per 16 gigabytes, so that's another $30. So their transparent build fee of $100, we are up to $250 now. Power supply, all right, 850 watt bronze, 850 watt bronze. All right, there it is, 850 watt bronze. They actually have it. $159, $80 under the rug. 330. Ooh, Dark Flash RGB. This is actually similar in price and similar in style to the i71C that I included in mine. 512 gigabyte by A data. All right, $69. You know, the little numbers stack up, so that's another 10 under the rug. 2 terabyte HDD, $65. Another $20. Windows 10. Oh my God, they will install it. They will install Windows. They won't even give you a legitimate copy of Windows. They will install it for $25. That's more than it costs. But if you want to buy Windows, they're doing the whole spiel. $124. Another $100 under the rug. RGB fan up here, 3-pack, $39. All right, yeah, that's not ridiculous, and that's a good brand. Still $10 more though. Why? Oh. Let me go check and see if this motherboard has Wi-Fi. It doesn't. Okay, so we're going for USB Wi-Fi, which means no Bluetooth, way slower speeds. Let's just go for the cheapest one. Build summary. The ever so popular website Light Technology, 1632. Wow. That's all I have to say about that is wow. Actually, we should add the entire price of that Wi-Fi module, because that's just straight up a scam. What was that? 24? I'm gonna say it was 24 plus 24. Light gaming, we are looking at a 1632. Let me go to the history. Is that actually more than that is even more than Build Redux, where we started. And their transparent $100 build fee, yeah, that's a lie. Their $100 build fee and discounted GPU actually comes out to a nearly $500 build fee. Woo! That's $532 more than you would spend building this exact computer yourself. Alright, next up on our list is Zydex. Let's see what Zydex has to offer. Looks like they're having a St. Patrick's Day sale, so maybe we might actually get a good price here. At least to own. Uh-oh. Desktops. Alright, build mine, starting at 654. Alright, let's see how far high it goes. Oh, this looks like financing hell. Okay, Zydex. These are my only options. Can I not get a B460, B560? Select case. This one's cheaper. Compact mid-tower. Alright. Doesn't look like a mid-tower. ATX motherboard support. This is not an ATX case. I don't know why they don't offer B boards. Are these my options? Do I not get any other options? Okay. I guess to get the closest thing, I'll just go for this 11600K, which is marked up by more than the price of the CPU on its own. That's which I'm probably paying 80 bucks, if not more, probably more for this on its own, and then I'm slapping another 178 on it. 3216 gigabytes. This is not a good PC builder. There's not choices. Hang on. Okay, that one has bays, so no optical drive because we can't fit one. No, I don't know why they offer it. Alright, yeah, let's see what... Okay, 4K 60 for 250, that's actually on point. Why of all things is this the one that's right? Hey, why this? You know, the star of the show, the GP. We're going for a 3060. Looks like they got a 6700. Interesting. That's the only AMD card. What is going on? There's like no choices in any of these categories, and then all of a sudden in the GPU there's an AMD card, but there's only one. Storage time, M.2, 500 gigabytes, $65. Okay, that's $5 more on a 2 terabyte HDD. $1697. Oh my god, I didn't even keep up on that price. Cooling. All right, cool. I guess we're going with the default cooler. Looks like a thermal take, which is, you know, a lot taller than Intel stock. CPU paste. Oh yeah, you gotta get that premium CPU paste. No, doesn't matter. GPU paste. This is a really weird website because there's like a lot of customization in areas where there's usually no options, and then there's other things like that CPU where we only had 3 options of CPU. Software. Okay, I guess we're getting Windows 11. Oh no, not bloatware. Gaming mouse. Oh yeah, I gotta get that RGB. Oh my god. Oh, look at that one. That one's got a USB-C port on the front. Can you imagine just like in the middle of gaming, your mouse comes unplugged? Stream Deck. Where are the options? Also, why was this not under the section that offered me an Elgato? So wait, another one with no options. Battery backup. Okay. Just buying the box, just buying the box, just buying the box. The Intel Easy Streaming Wizard. What? This isn't Intel's area of expertise. Why are they trying to, like, get any cut of this market? None. No t-shirt, please. Oh my god. 3 fans for $249. 3 addressable RGB fans. This might not even be addressable. I think these are addressable though, knowing Corsair, but for $250. A 3-pack of ARGB fans with a fan controller, everything included, is like $24. Well, we gotta do it because it's what I built. What? Part compatibility warning. The part you've selected, Core i5-11600, is not compatible with the following parts due to size restrictions, mounting restrictions, etc. Oh, it's because I picked 2 coolers. This one's not even selected. Okay, so it's all done. Okay, check out. Alright. I think worse than the 1946 price tag is the fact that I can't even check out. So this website is entirely broken. Alright, moving on. So far, everything we've looked at have been websites that advertise themselves as like budget-friendly builders, which considering upwards of $500 build fees, that's alarming. So, we're going off the deep end this time. We're going to Origin PC, a company that markets themselves more as an enthusiast caterer. They have the most expensive PCs because they are the top performing option. Let's see, gaming desktops is Is this the cheapest one? 2253. The Cronus. Neuron. What's this one? 2290. 2315. 2344. Okay, so the Corsair Set 175R is the best option. This is going to be a pain. Oh my god. The responsiveness of this website is not good. UV glass printing. Get a little print on your plexi. Choose your bonus item. Alright, well that's not bad. Just want $50 off it. Give me a $50 gift card. CPU. I guess we can go with 11400. You can add thermal. Does it not come with thermal compound if I don't click that? I guess I'll never know. Again, nothing but Z590s, even though I'm not even going to be able to overclock this CPU, and not a lot of people do overclock, so I don't. There's also only ATX boards. This is a website for the enthusiast gamer, so why would they not overclock? Cooling. There's only liquid cooling. For those who don't know, a 120mm liquid cooler performs worse than air cooling. The only thing this probably performs better than is the Intel stock cooler. What's really interesting is these 360mm water coolers. They for some reason perform worse than the 240s. I don't know if it's just that the water flow is slower because the pump has to pump the water down a larger track, or what it is, but these 240s are your best option if you do go with water cooling. All right, we want 3 RGB fans, $200. That's if we get, we can't even see them off the front, so hopefully it's those 2 top ones and the one in the back there. $200 for a $24 value. Need help? No, I'll keep configuring my PC, don't worry. Graphics card, alright, 3060. There's only the 3060 Ti. Again, it's really weird that they only offer these 3. I don't even have 3080s. An enthusiast website doesn't even have 3080s. Granted, the 37 Ti is a great price to performance value. I would personally buy a 3070 Ti over a 3080. But the point is, they don't offer the 3080. Operating system, you got Windows 10? No, just Windows 11. We don't know how much we're paying for it. A little too much. Okay, I'm gonna assume this 480GB Corsair drive is actually 500GB, and they're accounting for the blank space that gets added to the drive once it's initialized. 2TB Origin PC approved hard drive. All right, so they're just taking what they can get. $68. Woo! They tacked on an extra $3 to the $20 upcharge. Power supply, $850. Gold. Like I said, we're probably not going to get bronze. Bay devices, can't fit them. At least this website tells you this is not going to be able to go in your case. The Origin difference, the best gaming experience possible. I don't know how much that costs. There's no price tag there. Shipping protection. Now, I'm assuming that this happens no matter what, because in my experience from seeing other people buy Origin PCs or review Origin PCs, they have always come in this wooden crate. Summary, we're getting $50 off this, so I will take that into account. We're getting an 11400, it's going on a Z590. We're getting the RAM, we're getting a liquid cooler, unfortunately. We're getting $200 fans, we're getting a 3060. Going with Windows 11, going down our throats, boys and girls. We got our 500 boot drive, we got our 2TB mass storage, we got our 850 power supply. We are looking at a grand total of $2,601 US. Well, they sure price their PCs like they're hyper elite boutique PCs, but put together similar specs to a $1,200 PC. We're looking at just under $1,000 more. Trust me, the little upgrades in this, like the Ti and the 11 versus 10th and the Z series motherboard are not worth $1,000. Those fans are not worth $200. It's something. And this time we're going to Meta PCs. You may have heard of Meta PCs because they in the news recently when Facebook changed their branding from just Facebook umbrella to Meta and introduced the metaverse. And these guys were like, our company is named Meta, don't overshadow us, which I agree with. But let's see how good these guys are at building a PC. Oh no, not financing hell again. Oh no, we're already at 1688. Okay. RGB fan upgrade. Well, it's no $200, but that's still overpriced. They're trying to sell me a $1,800 PC with a 3050 in it. No, alright, we're going 3060. Alright, again, no 10th gen, so we are going with 11400F. Because it's similar. Motherboard. Only two options. Both of them are Z590s. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? You wanted to ship me an $1,800 PC with 8 gigabytes of memory, a 3050, and an 11400F? Oh no. Only liquid cooling again, and these ones are worse. Oh no, they're doing the same thing that CLX did. That's not gonna power this machine. Alright, let's go for the 850. NVMe, 500 gigabyte, and then a 2 terabyte hard drive for 70 bucks. Oh. The motherboard doesn't have Wi-Fi, but I can add Wi-Fi for 80 bucks, or I can put a Wi-Fi card in for 39 bucks, which is still too much. This is not looking good. Alright, NZXT case, that's probably the nicest part of this entire thing. Jesus Christ, I can't believe I had to upgrade to 16 gigabytes of memory. Total price, $2,354. Again, more than $1,000 over what I was paying. God, this one's the most expensive yet. Let's see what this comes out to. They're making $1,254.50 off of this build. Now granted, there were a few upgrades throughout the system, like the 11th gen CPU, the Z590 board, but none of those are affecting the performance of what we're getting. Paying over $1,000 for upgrades that don't even do anything. The last one on our list today is NZXT BLD. NZXT, I like them as a company. Their cases look good, have some heat issues, but they offer mesh cases now. But they offer a lot of products that fix really niche problems that PC users and builders can run into. So I really like the products they offer. They've started offering standard products too now, like their own motherboards, their own cases, their own cooling systems. They even have a cooling bracket so you can use an AIO on your GPU, which honestly needs it more than your CPU. That's the cooler that makes the most noise in your system. Alright, set my budget. I can't go below 1500. Okay, we're off to a bad start. Or pick quick and easy pre-builds. The starter PC series at 1100. Just out of curiosity, let me open that up real quick and see what their starter PC series is. 10400F, 3050. Wow, they're actually offering a substantial bare minimum here. Look, it's WD Blue. They're not blowing money getting a WD Black. They're actually doing WD Blue. Good on them. They know what they're doing. A CPU cooler, Deep Cool GAMX. Okay. 500 watt bronze. It's gonna do it for a 3050, but have fun upgrading. Instead of the 3050, I would definitely put an RX 6600 in there to get like an actual modern gaming performance. Right now, 3050s are going for more than a 6600 for whatever reason. Let's get into it. Let's build our own. Continue to our build. Let's go for the Flow. That's the one that has the mesh on the front in black. Again, no B560. This is $100 less. And it's the same chipset from the same manufacturer. You can save $100 and get the same performance. GPU. Do they have a 6600? They have the 6500. Don't buy this card. Actually, you can buy this card if you go for an 11th gen or later CPU, because then you'll have access to PCIe 4.0, and then it can actually perform. Oh, that's rough. There's no 3060 or 6600. It jump straight from 3050 to 3070. Well, let's go with 3050, I guess. CPU 10400. You know what? Because I want to save that extra bit of money. Let's go for the 6500 and let's bump this up to an i5 11600. So that means that the 6500 XT will actually perform. It'll actually compete with the 3050, and we're saving a bit of money that way. Ooh, 850 watt gold, 3200. That's all we need. WD blue. We are sitting at 1403.90. That's not too bad. That 1100 ready to ship option, I would say, is a much better way to go. I'm not upset with this. This isn't belligerent. So far, I'd say NZXT is offering the best option as far as pre-builds go. As far as cost goes, this is the only website in this video that makes sense. So now closing out, we have looked around websites. We have seen prices from competitive to outrageous. We have seen everything from $500 build fees to computers costing $1,000 more than it would cost to build yourself, or even hire a friend to build it for like $100. So, you know, even though with GPU prices rapidly dropping and seeing what pre-build websites are charging, I would say no, pre-builds aren't worth it, and they're not cheaper than building yourself or paying a friend to build one. It's a little disappointing, and seeing some of these prices, it's a little jarring just how much money they're just taking from you. I don't want to call it scamming, but it may as well be a scam, because like we saw, they are rug pulling large amounts of money in their individual part pieces and then disguising their low GPU costs and their low build fee costs with it. So I hope somebody out there found this video helpful. Again, if you found this video organically, thanks. That's it for now. Alright, I'm gonna stop recording now.